you love me. What's wrong with that guy? He doesn't feel the love? What's the matter with him? 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, it's time now for Ocala Magazine Radio. Kelly Hart is here with a couple of gentlemen. And we're going to find out why they're here and what. Let's see, this is the Friday before Christmas. So is this your Christmas special?
No.
Is this your Christmas presents?
I guess, but this is not about Christmas.
This is your Christmas presents. Presence.
Yes.
Your presents.
Well, I'm always bringing ladies in.
I don't
You
complain.
always seem I know.
I don't have any problem with
today,
that.
Yeah, this is my Christmas.
Oh, for yourself?
Yeah.
It's like the men who come out of here with the Victoria's Secret bags. It's not really for the wife.
No. In fact, I like watching them. I'm like, smart guy.
No, I tell them they're stupid.
Why?
Because here's the deal with this. A woman buys Victoria's Secret for herself. She goes, yes, this is for him. This is great. Mm-hmm. He buys it for her, and she goes, this is for you. So either way, it's for him.
I don't know.
Yes, yeah, I'm right.
Okay, well, I'll trust you. You're a man, so you would know. You would know. The reason I have these gentlemen here today with me is because in this issue of Ocala Magazine, we did a spotlight on their business, and they are there's 3 gentlemen behind the FMC group, and I have 2 of those masterminds with me this morning. I have Jay Fratello and Scott MacArthur, and they're going to introduce themselves and tell you guys about their business and what it is that they do and services that they provide. If you have not already picked up an issue and read this feature, you really need to, because not only are they an incredible business and offer some really great services in our community, but they are really involved. They have families here, they're involved with charities here, and so they give back, and we always like to support businesses that give back.
That's
so
right.
I'll start with Jay, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about FMC.
Sure. Good morning, Kelly. My name's Jay Fratello. As you know, I am a certified financial planner and a partner with the FMC Wealth Management Group. We handle investments and different financial transactions here in Ocala, and I'm with my partner, Scott.
Hello. I am Scott MacArthur. I'm a financial advisor with FMC Wealth Management Group. We've been in business officially for 1 year, but we've been in the industry for I guess a combined, 30 years or something like that?
20 some odd years between the 3 of us.
But yeah.
Yeah, we branched out on our own a year ago to form the FMC Wealth Management Group after being in a partnership together for 5 years. And as Scott mentioned, the 3 of us have been in the business in one form or another, combined for more than 2 decades. So we enjoy what we do, and we enjoy doing it in Ocala. So
for those people that don't know, give us a blanket answer as to what is wealth management.
Okay, well, most people have some sort of savings account or some sort of retirement account, or some way that they're putting aside money for some purpose in the future, whether it's for kids' college savings or again, retirement or buying their first home or whatever. And we just generally assist people in that process. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. What do you want to add something to that, Scott?
Yeah, just generally, working with people to make sure they reach their financial goals. Most of it is has to do with retirement and making sure they have enough income when they do retire, and we help manage that.
Yeah, we ask a lot of questions of clients and do a lot of listening to find out what they're really interested in.
Yes, and one of the things that you guys talked to me about when I had an opportunity to sit down with you guys and interview you for your story was the fact that you, other than just numbers and investing and in those ways, you take the time to get to know your clients, because you said that you guys go the extra mile and that you communicate with them multiple times throughout the year. If they have a special dog, they make sure that they will ask their client about their special dog, if it's a birthday, an anniversary. And I mean, that to me is one of the biggest, most important things in business, is not just the service or, the product, but going the extra mile and building relationships. And that's exactly what these guys do.
Yeah, what we found out over the years is that the easiest part of our job is actually managing the money. The most difficult thing is getting the information out of the clients, not because they don't want to give it to us, but they most often times have not been asked the right questions. So it's real easy to put together an investment mix, but making sure it fits the family and what their risk tolerance and their time frame and their objectives are, that's really the difficult thing. So you can train a monkey to pick stocks and put an asset allocation mix together, but when you genuinely care about the people that you're working with, getting that information and making sure that you're really putting their needs above our own and doing what's in their best interest. I think that's why we love the business, and why hopefully our clients enjoy doing business with us.
Yeah, it's all about generating the trust. And if you get the trust, then you get the information and you can help that client or that family out more so than if you didn't have that level of trust.
Very good. And I know that you guys are super involved in the community, so tell us a little bit about things that you're involved in and maybe some boards or organizations that you're involved in.
Sure. Between the three of us, we're pretty involved at the YMCA. I'm on the board there, and we've been involved with various aspects there over the years. We do some coaching in the community. We've all been here for a long time, and we really try to give back as much as we can. Whether it's, I was a board member at FAFO and involved in some other things in town. Just things that we're passionate about. And as you mentioned, we all have young kids. We have 8 children among the 3 families. So we're always trying to give back to, whether it's their schools or, again, mentioned the YMCA. And, we're really passionate about the things we're involved in. So we try to do as many things as we can.
Yeah, I think that's super important.
Yeah, we're all family guys. So, and like Jay was saying, the YMCA is a real big thing that we do. We're all involved in it in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of it, it has to do with the community, and we try to get out there as much as possible, and just try to give back.
Right, and I know that you guys, there's 3 of you, and Todd couldn't be here, so is there anything you want to say on his behalf? Maybe it can be something embarrassing. That's the risk you take when you don't show up.
Hopefully he's listening.
Yeah, hopefully Todd's listening. And the thing that I will say on Todd's behalf is Todd is from the big metropolis of Dunellen, and he thinks that everything good starts in Dunellen, and Dunellen is the center of it all. So, Todd, if you're listening, I just want you to know that we're emphasizing that you're a Dunellen guy, and everything great comes out of
Isn't that true, though?
the great
isn't that where
metropolis of
everything starts?
Dunellen.
Well, he makes sure to point it out. Anything that's good in the local paper or athletics, he definitely points it out if it's from Dunellen.
Really?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Because I was just trying to put a list together of really amazing things that have come out of Dunellen, and I'm still trying to.
Todd's got it. You have to ask
Rainbow
Todd.
Rainbow River comes out
Yeah?
of
High school softball.
Football. There's been some football coming out of there.
Now I have a
too.
question for you with the people. You mentioned that you were interested in the people who are making investments through you.
Yep.
And more than their money, but something about them.
Sure.
Does that include, like, let's say I want to do it, let's say I was the inventor of the elf on a shelf, and all of a sudden I was new money, you know, and I'm assuming they may not be, they may be old money, but somebody with new money who has no clue what to do with it. You always hear these horror stories of people losing all their money because they don't know what to do.
Right.
But let's say I'm very much against supporting, I don't know, killing seals.
Sure.
Okay, but there's a company out there that does really well for your investors, and they are somehow indirectly involved with killing seals.
Right.
And I know it's kind of off the, but is it that kind of thing that you're looking for?
There is a particular aspect of investing called socially responsible investing.
Okay.
And some people, due to religious reasons or whatever, there are certain types of investments they can't participate in, and that's a certain aspect of what we do. We don't have a lot of clients that's important to them. Frankly, most of our clients, the difference between the beginning of the month and the end of the month, how much money they have, is the most important thing. But yeah, if that's something that concerns you, we can avoid certain types of investments and overemphasize other types. So you've socially responsible.
So you've got to really read the Wall Street Journal to know those things. Sometimes it's not even clear.
Yeah, and the Wall Street Journal can help you with some of that. In our business, there's a ton of information that's coming at us all the time, and that's really one of the biggest things that we do is take this information in, decipher it, figure out how we're going to make the decisions based on all the information that we're getting coming in. But socially responsible investing. I haven't heard anything about killing seals, but like anti-tobacco, anti-pornography, some things like that. There are certain companies that are so big, they touch different aspects of things that people want to avoid. So they do have socially responsible investments that you can avoid those things.
That was a good question.
And what about steering people away from things they're fond of that you just know won't make money? Like, let's say, I don't know, let's say the arts. Sometimes the arts are something, I love the arts, I want to invest in the arts, and you go, yeah, but
Well, yeah, that's a big part of our job too. Telling people what they don't want to hear. If this is not a good idea, then we have to tell them. And for the most part, people are receptive to it. But sometimes it is difficult to get somebody to or to steer them away from a particular type of investment. Maybe they have a friend that it worked out for, or they have a guy down the street that made a lot of money in or whatever, but it might not be suitable for their situation. And so that's a conversation we have with everybody. So we tell them what's suitable for them, and we try to back up our reasoning and tell them why they should or should not be in something.
We've had experiences where we've had clients that have some money with us and other money with some other investment advisor someplace else, and we've seen a lot of red flags with that other person, and in the end, it turned out that they were not reputable and it was a scam. And
oh, wow.
So those things do come up, and by being in the industry for the period of time that we've been there, we can see when things don't look legitimate. And as financial advisors, it's our job to give advice. Clients don't always take it, so sometimes they want to believe something is so great. They don't want to be told that they're wrong and they've made a poor decision. But when we're not emotional about that, we just simply say, look, there's too many red flags. This is probably a bad idea, and more times than not, it has been. So.
And one other thing, we are a local business, and it is our business, and we are a wealth management firm, but we are backed by Wells Fargo advisors. And that's something that we explain to our clients too, that even we are a local shop, but we do have a big, national firm that is backing us.
So what's hot right now? Anything? Are the other?
They're not
are the
allowed
other?
to say.
Are the other? No, I don't mean individual companies. Are the other nations, or even the other continents? Are they doing better than us?
Well, when you say doing better, I mean, there's always opportunities out there. So whether it's day by day in the market or at different periods of time in the economic cycle, there are always opportunities out there. I mean, the thing that we always emphasize is you should always have a portfolio that has a good asset allocation mix. Those pie charts that you always see, always based on your risk tolerance, your time frame, and your objectives. And whether the market that you're looking at is doing well or doing poorly, you should generally keep that asset allocation mix pretty much the same. Make small course corrections as time goes on.
And so that pie chart represents risky investments as well as less than risky investments.
Correct. If you're an aggressive investor, if the market's doing great, we're aggressive. If the market's doing poorly, you should stay aggressive, because the one thing I can tell you is that the best way to lose money is buying high and selling low. Right? You want to do it the other way around.
Yeah, sure.
So oftentimes buying the things that are uncomfortable to buy that's the best time to do it. When, as an example, you've got technology stocks. If they're flying high, might not be the best time to buy them. You kind of want to buy them when nobody else does. And that works for any asset class.
So is that what people hire you to do, to buy for them? Or do we constantly call you and say, hey, I just read about this one? I mean, do we bug you too much sometimes, that we as clients?
No, not generally. But yeah,
you got one or two though, right?
What's that?
You got one or two that does that, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Everybody has those. No matter what industry you're in, you've got those one or two people that you just are like.
The thing we try to emphasize is we communicate with our clients a little bit more than the average advisor does. Our service schedule, I think, is really what sets us apart. Part of the reason why we know a little bit more about our clients is when we do our reviews with them, we'll ask a lot of questions about, their family situation. Kelly mentioned their dog. I mean, whatever the interests are, if they're into horses or whatever their passion is, we think by getting to know them a little bit better, it helps us make better investment decisions in conjunction with what they want. Everything we do, we take the client's input, and we don't do anything without their permission.
Do you have people this time of year just want to give their money away? Do you have philanthropists who come to you and ask actually for advice on who to give money to? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, absolutely. And
can you drop my name?
I was going to say, put my name on that list.
Do you want to be a giver or a receiver?
Receiver.
No,
In that
we do
case.
talk to clients about some clients don't really have any beneficiaries or family members they want to give money to. So we talk about charities. And so do you have a particular charity that you'd like to give money to?
Okay.
We talk a lot about that.
So you're including wills in your advice?
Well, we don't actually draw up wills or estate planning, but that is part of our advice, and we do refer those clients to attorneys that we work with.
Kelly, do you want to start taking phone calls?
Yeah, sure.
If you would like to call, this is a good time to do it. We've got a good 10 minutes left. The number is 622-WOCA. That's the WOCA Climate Control Source Hotline. If you'd like to ask questions about your investment, it's a good time of year to make a decision to change something,
Well,
right?
to be thinking about the services. Now, of course, like I said earlier, and they've made sure that I know that they cannot give obviously advice because of compliance
Specific
and things.
stock
Because
advice,
someone
right?
could call in and say, "What should I do with this money?" And then they tell them something, it doesn't work out, and then lives are ruined. And
Yeah, we can always talk about investments in general.
But sure. So if someone wants to call in and ask questions about investments in general, we love to have those calls. And because these guys are involved in the community, one of the things I wanted to ask about was the Yankees and your thoughts there, because there's been so much talk and hot topic about the Yankees in the stadium. So what do you guys think about that?
Okay, so it's kind of a tough question, and we've talked with a lot of people in the community, and we debated in the office a lot. I think we're all in favor of having new things come to Ocala, and things that are going to draw other businesses potentially, and more young families coming to Ocala. I mean, I think that's great. We just have a hard time. I say we. This is my opinion. I just have a hard time seeing how we're going to be successful supporting a minor league baseball team here. And it's not because it's the Yankees, although I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. Just
Right.
That explains everything.
just the number of people in the stadium. And I know that the Yankees organization has talked about doing some other events to bring revenue, whether it's concerts and things like that. And look, if it was all going to be successful and people would attend those things, that's fantastic. Just have a hard time seeing that. I've been in some towns where they have minor league baseball and they've done some of these concerts, and cities that are bigger than Ocala, and it's just not supported by the community. So I'd love it if the Yankees came to town and people would support it. That would be fantastic, a major feather in our cap. I'm just having a hard time talking to the people out in the community that it's going to be supported.
What'd you say the attendance was in Tampa?
Yeah, I did a little bit of research, and I hope somebody can prove me wrong, but I looked on the website, and the single-A Yankees down there only sell about 800 tickets a game. So if we do a 6,000-seat stadium here with a lot fewer people to draw from, I just don't see that we're going to have that many folks there. And, as small business owners, we're looking at, would we be willing to buy season tickets for us and or our clients to attend, 60 or 70 games a year? And I've talked to several small business owners, and they're like, we probably go to a couple of games, but we're not buying season tickets. So who's going to sit in those seats? In the middle of July, when it's 100 degrees out there, are the retirees from the villages or are kids from Gainesville coming down? I mean, who's going to sit there?
That is a good question.
That's
Would
all.
you go, Larry? Would you buy season tickets?
No, but I would go. I would go now and
Yeah.
then, but I wouldn't be a season ticket holder.
Yeah, I would
but,
go.
But the real question is that this is a business, and businesses typically get their money to start up on their own. Comparing it to Disney's decision to not move here and instead go to Orlando is not a fair comparison, because when Walt Disney was looking here, he was looking to buy land and set up shop. He wasn't
Right.
looking to tax the citizens for the project. But ultimately, this is really up to the voters, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
if I don't want it, but everybody else does, I have to live with it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
We've talked about it a lot too with the State Road 200 corridor and the people who are actually going to end up voting. Okay, and it's been all over the paper. If it's done in this manner, you're going to have a bigger turnout. If it's done in that manner, you're going to have a smaller turnout. When we talk about a half-cent sales tax, does it make sense when we shot it down for educational purposes? Now we want to do it to bring the Yankees here, and people just have a hard time with that.
And also, there's the property tax thing is regarding the hospitals, for example, that nobody wanted them to have a break, and yet we want the stadium to have a break.
Yeah.
We do have some phone calls. You ready to go
Okay,
through
great.
these?
Let's go.
I knew
Yep.
that was going to get the calls,
Yep.
by the way.
Put these on?
I knew that would be getting the phone calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your headset on, then we'll say good morning. All right, good morning. You are on the air. Thank you for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I more or less agree with you as far as our stadium deal goes. What bothers me is everything Ocala and Marion County have put up and established over the years. 'Cause I've been here since 1996, and nothing is. There's still around 1,000 acres of vacant land that's declared commercial or whatever that has never been built on. You have a lot of parcels between 75 and 80th Street, between 40 and Southwest, and the thing is, if these people want the stadium that bad, how is it that they're not bonding it or doing some other thing right away? Sock it to the taxpayer for another half cent tax increase. And then, of course, you'll have the sheriff or the hospital or somebody else coming along, or I'm hearing now the school districts on, gee, well, why not make it a penny? And we can make our schools, the Taj Mahals of the Eastern, the Western world. But the point of the matter is, these people and everybody proposing this stuff, they talk big with other people's money. And this is the part that is really, tiring. Any big business looking to come here, if I would have anything to do with it, I'd be asking for, okay, fine, you got a big proposal here, we have the land, where's the upfront money? Where's the, where's the good faith deposit, et cetera, et cetera? And none of the people that have ever come into Marion County ever come across with a deal like that. It's always, you build it, and we'll come. Well, we've built it and nobody came. And now we want to put a stadium in? I don't think so. But anyway, you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You too.
Merry
Great
Christmas.
weekend.
Thank you.
I'll listen to your comments on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've always thought with the Yankees, I mean, they have the deepest pockets in all of sports. They could simply stroke a check and have the stadium here. If they think it's such a great idea, how about they get a little bit more skin in the game? I don't know. It's kind of my feelings.
I agree with that. I would love to have it here. I mean, I love going to cities where there's arenas and there's sports teams, and then there's the potential for concerts. And
Right.
I mean, I think that there's a really good potential for new jobs and a new form of entertainment. And there's something about cities that have sports, centered type cities. And
But this was in Tampa, and it didn't work.
Right.
That's what's kind of curious about this.
Yeah, that makes me a little bit nervous. And because it's not just somebody's, like he said, just cut a check and here's your stadium. And then if it works, it's your risk. And if it doesn't, it's your risk. And it's our tax.
But the real debate right now isn't whether we want it or not. It's whether we want to pay for it or not.
Right.
That's the real debate.
Right.
And so that really should be up to the voters. If the voters say yes, then okay. Then I guess we have to live with it.
Yeah, but hopefully those voters that vote for it and it does pass, hopefully they're going to the games to support it.
That's right. Well, yes,
Yeah.
and you would hope that vote would be a reflection of intent to go.
So those snowbirds who vote for it and are then gone all summer, we need to remember that.
Yes, that is a good point.
The season is
Well, maybe that's why they want to hold the vote in March.
maybe.
Maybe that's a good point. Yeah, it's easy
Well, I know
to
the
vote
guys.
on something if you're not going to be
The guys
there.
on the afternoon show are absolutely for it. They want it, and I understand why. They're sports fans, and they probably will go. And if there are a lot of them, then it makes sense.
We're sports fans,
Yeah.
and we'll go. The way that the plan has been portrayed, I mean, I'm an economist, right? This is what we do. We look at it. Is this a smart investment? And we look at the numbers, the way that's been put out. It's just hard for me to understand how it's going to be successful. I don't see the people going to support the effort.
I think people maybe like more the idea of having the Yankees here. They can tell their friends, oh, yeah, we got a Yankees squad here. Or, are they the ones that are going to actually go, though? Are they just
And would that name recognition actually pay off?
Well, and people have talked about, as folks are driving down I-75 and they see a stadium in the distance, like they're going to pull off the highway and go to a baseball game. And it's just not really
Well, they
happening.
make a mental note. They say, I'll be back. I'll see what that's about. Let's go back to the phone. Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. This is Todd from Dunellen. How was everyone today?
Oh, boy.
Oh, Todd
Hi,
from
Todd.
Denellen.
Hey, this is very, very good radio. I'm impressed with the guests that you have today. And I think it brings a lot to the table for morning radio.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Yes.
Caller, did you have a question?
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to comment on the good content this morning. I've learned a lot. And you should probably have these guys on a little bit more often.
These two? Yes, absolutely.
All right, well, thank you for your call, sir.
You may want to bring in their partner for another view as well. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
I'm sure it's about Dunellen.
Well, great radio, and you guys have a great day today.
Thank you, Todd. So he was listening. So he's heard everything we've said. Good. Wonderful. So anyways, I know we're having to wrap things up, and I want to thank you guys for being here, but I want to give you an opportunity to tell the listeners how they can get in touch with you, if there's a website or Facebook page you guys want to mention as well.
Yeah, you can get in touch with us. Our phone number is 352-282-4426. Our website is thefmcgroup.com.
And you can
you
always
can email us through there.
Yep, or you can always swing by our office. We're on East Fort King, right across the street from MTI, 1823 East Fort King. We're in the same building with our neighbors Kimley Horn and Salon Wow.
And I want to thank you guys for having such a great relationship with us at Ocala Magazine, and we always are looking forward to talking to you. And it was really nice interviewing them. I learned a lot. I always assumed you have to be really, really wealthy or maybe already kind of thinking about retirement to sit down and talk about managing wealth, but that's not the case. So if you're a new couple starting out, you want to buy a new home, you've got some estate planning to do, anybody that wants to be fiscally smart going into the new year, I recommend you reach out to these guys. They know their stuff.
Give us a call. Look forward to talking to you.
Thank you.
Very good. You guys have a great Christmas, and will we see you in the nowhere time between Christmas and New Year's?
All right. You will.
The nowhere zone time of the
Yes.
year. Yeah. It's a weird time of the year.
You will see me
on radio. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Larry.
And we'll take a break and be right back.